everybody, this is Marlene with Dixie Quilters. Hope you're all doing well. Got a lovely sunny day here in Oregon. I'm actually in a sundress. Amazing. We went from torrential rainstorms and cold weather to sundresses. Yeah. So I got out my new sew sampler box, and I'm sort of excited to get started on it. And so I'm going to look at this pattern called a Gateau, and in French, is the G silent or is it pronounced as a strong consonant? Let me know. But it would make me think that it's like chateau, only gâteau. Well, we'll see. So this is the May 25 sew sampler by Fat Quarter. It's going to end up being about 53.5 by 70.5. And those are ish because, you know, depending upon how big your selvages are or your margins are. Now let's see here. So we're going to need to cut 11 5 by 10 rectangles. Now how could there be 11? Why is there an odd number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So why would we have 11? That's the first question. Oh, here we go. Fussy cut from the panel, 12. All right, now that's more like it. Okay, and then they want bunch of cuts from the rectangles. It says the rectangles from the 11. Oh, cut from 11. So we're supposed to pick 11 of these and do something, and then cut from 26 of them some different shapes. Okay, and then background and border. I'm just going to use white because that's what I have on hand that matches. And lots of rectangles and squares and strips. And that's it. So I'm going to get started, and I'll take you along on the journey with me. So let me know, how are you doing? Are you feeling up to doing some sewing today? I didn't really. I was going to sit in bed and watch an old TV show, but my daughter called me and said, Mom, you need to do a movie. I said, yeah, you're right. I miss my friends. I need to talk with you. So I'm going to get started, and so I'm going to call this one a sew along because I'm just going to be here doing my thing, cutting out things and measuring things, and I won't be showing you how we measure them, but because that's the standard that, you know, this is a copyrighted material, you know all that. So okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and get started. I'm going to cut out these fussy cut items first, and there are going to be 12 of them, and 7.5 inches square is what we need. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So that gives us, did I do that right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That gives us an extra 8. Let's read it again. 12 is what we need. And we have a total of 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Well, now that's nice. What should we do with those? I'm not really big on making pillows, but shoot, maybe that'd be one way to use them. And that actually means that we could pick out which ones we wanted, huh? Like, I'm not thrilled with this one, but I like that one. And I do like this one and this one. Oh, these are pretty too over here. This one and this one. All 4 of these I like. And a little basket. Well, we can do that one. Well, no time like the present. Let's get started. I wonder if we'll just go along there and cut off the selvages with my big ruler. And this is 6.5, so we'll need an inch and a half, an inch additional. Wonder how you're going to guesstimate this. Would be helpful if we had a 7.5-inch square. Then we could just lay it on top, trace it with wash-off pen, and cut those out. What's this one? That's a 6.5-inch square. And we need a 7.5. So we need 1/2 inch on each side. Well, I guess I'll have to figure this out and then get them cut out and then take another picture with you and tell you how I did it. Okay? All right. Hold on there. Thank you. Hi. Okay, I figured out how I'm going to do it. It's probably not the best, but let me tell you, let's get this going. I'm happy with how I'm doing it. I pulled out and made one a 7.5. And I made sure that it had margins pretty close on all sides, not like this one that's missing some. Then I folded it double in the middle, both ways, and I'm putting that down, making sure that the X's are covered by all of the rows. Perfect. Perfect. A little bit this way. Now that that's down, I'm just going to use that as a template and cut around it. Now, please leave me comments. Of course, I know somebody will have a way easier way to do this. And logical, too. Okay, I like the basket, and I like this one. Put those over there. I really like this one too, so I'm going to do this one. Yes, I'm just eyeballing it, but I can see through the fabric to make sure that the X's are covering the X's. Making sure that they're not straight a grain, so you got to sort of work with it a little here. Okay, good to go. Ooh, I took off a hair. I could see if you didn't cut these just right, you could have a smaller template when you finished than when you started, huh? This is a Bloom by Corey Yoder. All right, let's see which ones we like on this row. Oh, I like most of these. Perfect. Practically perfect in every way. Now that got a little bit too big. Well, now I'm happy. Okay. I'm glad to see these are so symmetrical. Can you see on camera that that you can see through the top layer to determine that they're in line? Let me move it over closer for you. Maybe you can't see that, but as I'm looking down on this with the sunlight here in the room, I can see the print underneath of it so that I know that it's underneath of all the perimeters of this. So we're good to go. Okay, next. I really like this blue and green one. Yeah, this one got a little bit misshapen. Looks good. That navy blue one. Okay. I like this one. Yeah, this one's a bit messed up. I can see how I'm going to need an air conditioner up here before the end of summer. I like this one. Do I like it more than, oh, I like that one better. Now let's take a moment and see that they are all still square. That looks good. It looks a little short. One millimeter smaller. Okay then. Let's go back to one of these bigger ones. Perfect. A millimeter smaller. Okay. Oh, this is way too small. No, it's only one. We can work with that. Perfect. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and we need one more. Which one shall it be? I sort of like the navy blue ones. Gives it more, well, that beige is pretty. How many reds do we have? We have orange, orange. I'll call that a green, blue, blue, green, aqua, blue, it could be green or aqua, and this is the basket, all of it. So what are we short on? We're short on green and blue. We have enough navy blue, okay. Green and red. 2 aqua. Well, let's see. I think that we didn't count that one. How many did we count? Now let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we need one more. This one. This one's unique. Okay, 12 we have. Yahoo! These big scissors are such great ones for quick snippers. Yes, I should keep that. And sometimes I go back through the garbage and pull out stuff. So I have my scrap bag over right behind me here. And I have a drawer over in my cabinets full of scraps. So all those movies that people are doing on scraps, I'm gonna have to get involved on that soon. Okay, we have our 12 items. We can put our extras away. Next thing, put that away. I do like having that ruler organizer. I wonder if I can lift it up and bring it over to show you without dumping it. Yeah, isn't this great? I looked at that thing for quite a few weeks before I decided to give it a try with my smaller rulers. Especially these little guys, you know. And then my big ones all live in a drawer. Except for my super big one. I think I got this at Rebs Fab Stash. I love it. It's a Creative Grids, and it has lots of sticky things on the back. I love it. gripper, you know. Oh, I'm wearing a black dress today. My dress is going to be full of hairs, isn't it? Now it says we're to pick out from 11, we're doing long rectangles, 2.5 by something. So it looks like the 11 rectangles are going to be the long pieces in the design, and the 26 rectangles are going to be the 4 patches. So I guess it doesn't really matter. I'd want to have distinctive color for any of them, and I wouldn't want to use any pale ones because my background is white. So we'll just take those out to begin with, even though they're beautiful. Those are beautiful. Look at this one. Isn't that a lovely thing? This one is too. Well, let's just start out by picking my favorite 11. We'll go with that. I like the little blue birds. I like the peach. Squares are not my favorite. White's over there. Pale beige. Now this one's gorgeous. I like all these gray ones. But we have to have a selection because they're going to be the long squares, the long rectangles. So maybe I'll put these aside for that next, the 4 patchers. This aqua one is gorgeous. And I like this with the little bird houses. Not thrilled with the plaid. That's pretty white. Let's go on. Here's another birdhouse. Birdie. Birdhouse. X's, birdie, big flower. I sort of like that one. How many do we have here? We need to have 11 to make big squares with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we'll use this one. Oh, that is beautiful. I better have that one back. Okay, so from these 11 are going to be the biggest squares and the biggest impact of a design. So I'm going mostly for the big flowers, the ones with the bluebirds, and the little, I want to say dog houses, but they're not. They're bird houses. Okay, so we got, those are going to be our long strips from 11 of them. Now we need 26 to make the 4 patches and some more rectangles, but predominantly 104 little guys to make the 4 patches. It's too bad they didn't have us do them in strips, huh? Well, it says here how to do the cutting, but that's going to be really pretty. It says we will not use all of fabric B squares. Now fabric B is going to be the 2.5 inch squares. Well, I don't know how to change that on the fly. I know a lot of people do. And all this light is probably washing out all of my filming. I'm sorry. I have a skylight that's shooting down on me. Well, I'm just going to go forward and pick out 26, call it good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, now 20, and it says 26 of them. So we got to get 6 of these to use. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that takes everything except the truly white ones. So these are the only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we're not using, and they're all very pale. Little outlines, little circles, little tiny flowers. So those are going to be our extras. We'll put them over here. And these are going to be our 26, and here's our 11, and there's our fussy cut squares, although one has a, wait a minute, what happened there? There's the 12. These are extra oddballs. Okay. So, from each of the 11, we're cutting 2 big rectangles. Wonder, we could cut quite a few at the same time, I'll bet you. Maybe not that many. How many do you guys cut at a time? I think it probably makes a difference on whether we got a new blade or not. All right. Now it does have a little diagram in here on how to cut these out. So it's really straightforward. We're just cutting off a few inches on one end and cutting them in half. So I think I'll cut off the few inches on one end all at one time and then cut them in half. Make sense? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, next. Check. And then next we do we could use these too. I like them because they're darker. I think I'm going to, instead of these beiges. Make sure to follow your pattern and measure exactly like they're saying. So in other words, don't do what I do. Do what I say. There, we've already got some 2.5. Oops, excuse me, I didn't mean to say that. Now let's see, how many would that equal? We have 11 times 2, 22 of them already, and we need 104. Well, we'll just go on from where we're at, and we'll just use those as needed. I just don't want to do the math right now. Do you? Here we go. We're just cutting away. Oh, that one's pretty. This is a really beautiful line of fabrics. Very beautiful. I used less fabric this time because it was dragging a little. Now let's see, we're supposed to do, okay. Boy, is this going to be pretty. Don't you just love peaches and greens together? I sure do. Almost done. Boy, look at those little birds. Aren't they darling? I think it's time for a new blade. And that's all for today. We have a stack. Let me see if you can see it. We have a nice stack of the smaller square we need. We have a nice stack of all the needed longer rectangular shapes we need, and a nice selection of the colors. And we have all of the fussy cut pieces cut out. So we can go check, check, and check. So the first section is all cut out. The next section will be the background and border, and we can start. So section 2 will be working on the actual putting it together. Thank you for joining me today. I know I didn't tell very many stories, but you know, it's one of those weeks. Not a lot of stories to tell. Let's see. Latest thing on the weddings. Picking out a place for the groom's party for the rehearsal. And thankfully, I'm getting a ton of help from my daughter-to-be and her mom. Isn't that great? All right. So we'll stay in touch and let's work on this again. Now keep in mind, get your sampler box out and get ready to go on this, and we can get going on, get yours cut out so that we can get started on it next time. Okay. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.